My admiration of Suni is based upon her appeal to beauty inside and out, but mostly because of her affinity with true love. Sun, S-U-N-E, pronounced Suni, also known as Lady Firehair, was the deity of beauty, with governance also over love. Her dogma primarily concerned love based on outward beauty, with primary importance placed upon loving people who responded to the Sunite's appearance. Her symbol was that of a beautiful woman with red hair. When Suni appeared to the mortals of Faerun, she wore only a near-transparent gown. She was known for her lustrous red hair that draped down to the ground, her eyes of shining emeralds, and ruby-red plump lips. Suni's highest priest was known as the Heart Warder, usually being the most handsome, beautiful clergy member, both inside and out. They were expected to keep their appearance as flattering as possible and shower others with sweet words at least 5 times a month. Suni's clerics sought to bring beauty to the world in many forms, all of which were pleasing to the senses. They created great works of art, became patrons for promising actors, and imported exotic luxuries like satin and fine wines. Her followers also enjoyed looking beautiful and hearing tales of romance. The stories ranged from star-crossed love, true love overcoming all else, to following one's heart. History of the Dead Three, Knucklebone's Skull Bowling, and the Empty Throne. In ages past there was but one god of strife, death, and the dead, and he was known as Jurgal, Lord of the End of Everything. Jurgal fomented and fed on the discord among mortals and powers alike. When beings slew each other in their quest for power or in their hatred, he welcomed them into his shadowy kingdom of eternal gloom. As all things died, everything came to him eventually, and over time he built his power into a kingdom unchallenged by any other god. Eventually, however, he grew tired of his duties, for he knew them too well. Without challenge there is nothing, and in nothingness there is only gloom. In such a state, the difference between absolute power and absolute powerlessness is undetectable. During this dark era, there arose 3 powerful mortals, Bane, Baal, and Merkel, who lusted after the power Jurgal wielded. The trio forged an unholy pact, agreeing that they would dare to seek such ultimate power or die in the attempt. Over the length and breadth of the realms they strode, seeking power, magic, spells, and defying death at every turn. No matter what monsters they confronted or what spells they braved, the 3 mortals emerged unscathed at every turn. Eventually the trio destroyed one of the 7 lost gods, and they each seized a portion of his divine essence for themselves. The trio then journeyed into the Grey Waste and sought out the Castle of Bone. Through armies of skeletons, legions of zombies, hordes of non-corporeal undead, and a gauntlet of liches, they battled. Eventually they reached the object of their lifelong quest, the Bone Throne. "I claim this throne of evil," shouted Bane the tyrant. "I'll destroy you before you can raise a finger," threatened Baal the assassin. "And I shall imprison your essence for eternity," promised Merkel the necromancer. Jurgal arose from his throne with a weary expression and said, "The throne is yours. I have grown weary of this empty power. Take it if you wish. I promise to serve and guide you as your seneschal until you grow comfortable with this position." Before the stunned trio could react, the Lord of Dead continued, "Who among you shall rule?" The trio immediately fell to fighting amongst themselves while Jurgal looked on with indifference. When eventually it appeared that either they would all die of exhaustion or battle on for an eternity, the Lord of the End of Everything intervened. "After you have sacrificed, would you come away with nothing? Why don't you divide the portfolios of the office and engage in a game of skill for them?" asked Jurgal. Bane, Baal, and Merkel considered the god's offer and agreed. Jurgal took the heads of his 3 most powerful liches and gave them to the trio that they would compete by bowling the skulls. Each mortal rolled a skull across the Grey Waste, having agreed that the winner would be he who bowled the farthest. Malar, the Beast Lord, arrived to visit Jurgal at this moment. After quickly ascertaining that the winner of the contest would get all of Jurgal's power, he chased off after the 3 skulls to make sure that the contest would be halted until he had a chance to participate for part of the prize. Bane, Baal, and Merkel again fell to fighting as it was obvious their sport was ruined, and again Jurgal intervened. "Why don't you allow Lady Luck to decide so you don't have to share with the beast?" The trio agreed, and Jurgal broke off his skeletal finger bones and gave them to the players. When Malar returned from chasing the skulls, he found that the trio had just finished a game of knucklebones. Bane cried out triumphantly, "As winner, I choose to rule for all eternity as the ultimate tyrant. I can induce hatred and strife at my whim, and all will bow down before me while in my kingdom." Merkel, who had won second place, declared, "But I choose the dead, and by doing so I truly win, because all you are lord over, Bane, will eventually be mine. All things must die, even gods." Ball, who finished third, demurred, I choose death, and it is by my hand that all that you rule, Lord Bane, will eventually pass to Lord Merkel. Both of you must pay honor to me and obey my wishes, since I can destroy your kingdom, Bane, by murdering your subjects, and I can starve your kingdom, Merkel, by staying my hand. Malar growled in frustration, but could do nothing, and yet again only the beasts were left for him. And Jurgo merely smiled, for he had been delivered.
All this traveling, all this adventure, how do you manage it? Until now, I was barely able to keep my head above water. Yet here with you, it seems almost easy.
Easy? We face our share of danger, Nira.
Oh, well, yes, there's obviously that. I just meant that ordinary things are easier. I'm not constantly worried where my next meal is coming from, or whether a kobold will sneak up and slit my throat as I sleep.
And that was your life before we met?
Yes. Rocks for a pillow, eating clay, all that and more. My fortune seems to have come in waves. Has ever since High Forest.
Eating clay? High Forest, is that where you come from?
That's me. Born and raised in the thicket. At least until my mistakes piled up high enough to come crashing down on me.
What drove you out of your home?
You know, this and that. I was never a very good student of magic, and part of that could be attributed to never studying. I ended up flubbing a few spells, and here I am.
Stop stalling. Tell me what happened.
You really know how to get someone to open up. Why, yes, let me just share intimate details about my past. You put me right at ease.
Take your time. Tell me when you're ready.
During our magical training, we were supposed to summon a sphere of fire. And mine got away from me somehow. One moment I was concentrating, the next moment my classmates were rolling on the floor screaming.
A terrible turn of events, but you can't blame yourself.
Of course I can blame myself. Accident or not, I should have been more careful. I could have taken responsibility or at least fetched a bucket of water. Instead, I ran away, terrified of what I'd done.
You didn't even try to help? Horrible, I know. Afterwards, I ran into the woods and couldn't bear to go back to face the consequences. I snuck back into the village now and then for food, and once to leave a note for my parents, but eventually I had to leave.
I took to wandering High Forest, but I kept running into the wrong people and doing the wrong thing. Eventually, Turlang the tree and grabbed me and said, "Take a hike." Well, maybe not in those words exactly.
And so you left on your journey.
And so I left High Forest. I've been wandering for a while now. I've got a few ideas for a destination, but I'm still considering them. Come, let us continue this journey together.
Such menial tasks.
The temple is supposed to be here. Temple of Lathander. The Morning Lord. Song of the Morning Temple. Not the best. Well, almost. It's early in the morning. We've traveled all night from the Friendly Arm. Hello.
Salutations.
Greetings to you from a humble servant of Lathander, Rashel the Sunray. What kind of aid can I give you? Do you sell magical healing or scrolls? The most radiant of Lathander, Keldath Ormler, should be able to help you with this, my good woman. He can be found in the Song of the Morning Temple. Is there anything else you wish to know? Can you tell us about the lands nearby? You are now in Beregost, my good woman. It was once a village under the protection of the School of Wizardry, the Allcaster School, it was called, for it was founded by Allcaster, a conjurer of some renown, but it was ruined by Kalashate mages out of fear. But the most radiant of Lathander, Keldath Ormler, frowns upon us talking of this haunted place, let alone approaching it. Cremerdon family of has estates nearby, and they breed fine horses, highly prized in and Tether. To northwest stands Highhedge, the estate of Thalantler, the conjurer. He is a loner, I think, and doesn't welcome visitors. However, he's said to be interested in far-off places and things, so if you have anything peculiar for sale, you might want to try your luck. Is there anything else you wish to know? What can you tell me about this temple? Rochelle's face lights up with pride. The Song of the Morning is the name of our temple, consecrated in the name of the Morning Lord, Lathander. We protect the good people of Beregost. The servants of the Morning Lord also tend temple fields of potatoes and herb flowers east of the road, and keep sheep on the slopes of the hill topped by the ruined school of Alcaster. The sheep are more easily watched there, preventing theft and raiding beasts from ravaging them. It allows us some control over expeditions into the ruins and to prevent expansion of Beregost. Over the years, various Omnian merchants have shown a distressing tendency to lay claim to all land within easy reach of the coastway that's not strongly defended. Is there anything else you wish to know? No, thank you, Rochelle. Have a good night. Or good morning. Walk in the blessed light of the sun, my good woman. This is a very nice looking place.
Such menial tasks.
Welcome! The traveling adventurer is never turned away from a house of Lothander.
As we strive to aid all who make a difference in the realms. If you are battle-worn, we can extend a number of necromantic restorations, whatever your need. A small donation is all the compensation that we require. Excuse me, I'm looking for Dawn Priest Blaze. Dawn Priest Blaze is on household chores today, child. He can be found in the vestibule to the west of the main temple. We don't require any help at the moment. Then I will bid you farewell. Before you leave, know that there is a madman by the name of Basilius who roams the wilderness, killing any innocents that happens along the path. If you were to dispose of him and bring back his holy symbol, there is a large reward offered. It is a grisly task, but sometimes there is little choice. Killing any innocent that happened upon his path? What kind of a devil is that? We have to stop him.
Such menial tasks.
Well, we are just starting out. I'm not sure how effective of a group we are. Some people, like Jaheira, and I believe even Ajantis, do have more experience than the rest of us. This is the vestibule. She did say, I think, to the left when going towards the main temple.
Fine.
Hey,
Hey, and excuse me, but I'm looking for Dawn Priest Blaze. He's mopping, like the rest of us, over in the corner. It's not like we got anything better to do than clean floors. We could be glorifying the world in the eyes of the Dawn Lord, curing the sick, whoa, even smiting a little evil. But no, getting the tiles to a mere shine is important. And who might you be? Nobody important. Go see Keldath for temple business. I just clean the floors. 'Tis lean times.
Such menial tasks.
You need something, stranger?
Greetings, child. If you are in need of healing or other services, please go to the main temple. We are all of us here on cleaning duty today. But, excuse me, young miss. Your pink hair, are you Imoen of Candlekeep? Did you hear that, Orin? I'm famous, I am. A great adventurer. They know me along the Sword Coast. I am sure they do, young Imoen, but I knew you from other sources. I have a friend in Candlekeep with whom I correspond regularly. Have you been keeping up with your studies on the road? Reading a little every night? And penmanship drills? The ability to turn a neat, straight letter will stand you in good stead in the future, I am sure. I practice things very diligently when I have time. Help me, Orin. Orin, are you Gorian's child? My friend wrote frequently of you as well. Yes, he was my foster father, but he died. I mourn when news of Gorian's death reached the temple. The world of monastic scholarship is quiet and unlikely to shake the world, but he was one of our bright stars. But I have a thought. Perhaps you can help me with something. Wait, I have a letter for you. A letter? From Sister Sapentia. Oh, let me see. She is, well, interesting thoughts on mentum psychosis. What about this? Frogs? Frogs, aha. There were no frogs. It must have been a freak accident. Freak accidents happen in Candlekeep all the time. It's the books. I know nothing more. Now, leave me to go. Miss Imoen? I had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. You can't prove anything. Never mind. Oh, but thank you so much. I only wish that I could reward you as you deserve, but I belong to a mendicant order. How long have you two been writing? We have been trading letters back and forth for, 40 years now. Sapentia and I have never met, though. Monastics don't get out much. You know how it is. I do. There is another matter. Among my duties for the Song of the Morning Temple is my work as an illuminator. I prepare manuscripts and make their pages joyful in the eyes of Lathander. For some time I have been using the skills I learned in Lathander's service for somewhat selfish reasons. I have been making a book of prayers and daily offices as a gift for my dear friend. But now, with all the troubles, the Iron Crisis, the bandits jumping about the hedgerows and coppices, rumors of war with Am, it is difficult to find a reliable messenger. I myself am barred from Candle Keep, without a book of wonder and mystery to buy me entrance. Perhaps. Will you take this book and care for it, and deliver it safely to my friend? You look sturdy and capable, and used to resolving difficulties. I have no gold to give, just my thanks. Though they would be sincere, will you deliver it? Is this book a tome of mystery and wonder, such that Candle Keep would allow me in? No, it's just a book. I do not know where my travels will take me, but if you entrust me with this book, I swear I will deliver it or find someone reliable to take it past the gates. It is enough. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Such menial tasks. A simple matter.
Let's go south now. Oh, well, let's go to Beregost first, then south from there.
A simple matter.
Well, we just... If we get tired, we'll just rest in the woods, I guess. Took a few hours, but now daylight's upon us. There's a little boy over there. Strange. So far from home. Maybe there's a farm nearby.
Mother said not to talk with strangers.
Leave me be. I'm picking fruit for Mommy. Even a little bit helps. She said, so I'm gonna help. Do your parents know where you are? Mama thinks I'm playing at Betsy Finkel's house, but her grandma smells funny, so I never go there. I just told Mama I was there so she wouldn't worry. I'll pick some fruits or berries or whatever, and Mama can make pies to sell or something. I'm safe because I'm small and quick. I hope so. The gibberlings are also small. They can chase you down. Beregost to the north. We know this. There's a few things to keep out for. Any eyes out for. Bandits. And there's 2 missing people. If we can find word. More than that, actually. There's a couple. I think it was named... What was his name? Mr. Coquettle. Expressed that his son and his daughter-in-law were missing. He hadn't heard from them. And there was... Oh. Missing boots. Badlands south of the city. Hobgoblins have them. Zerlon's missing boots. Marianne's husband had to make a trip. Her husband had to make a trip south to Am. He is understandably worried. She is understandably worried for his safety. I have sworn to keep my eyes open for any news relevance I might encounter on my journeys down that road. There's also Basilius, the murderer. People speak of a necromancer. I'm not sure if we have the ability to deal with somebody like that. Maybe in the future. What's to the west? Just more Badlands.
A simple matter.
I was going to say, at least it's a nice day and the birds are out chirping. The gibberlings are out stalking us. One was, anyways. A mage should never travel at the front of the group.
Yeah, mate.
Very
A
dangerous.
simple matter.
Keep low and quiet. Can you smell it? Ogres in the breeze. 2, maybe more. You seem to know about the area pretty well. Do you have any clues about the Iron Crisis? I ain't gotta care about for the politics and crap going on. Take all that flaming garbage and toss it to the crows. Take all the metal away too, for all I care. Don't need it to hunt. Don't need it to kill. Don't need it to smell them ogres either. Take my advice, Mac. Keep your weapons ready. Ogres. More than one might be a little bit difficult. But I'm excited at the prospect. We are adventurers after all. There's a house here. A submerged house. You have no idea how long it's been deserted. Surely no one lives there. Well, we're not going to explore everywhere like this, but in certain areas that are open, we might find interesting people or monsters to practice our skills on, especially my archery. And it's just nice to be walking out in the sun like this, in the woods during the day. Even at night. It's just nice to be out of doors. I like it. Makes me happy. What's to the east? Oh, the Owlcaster School is over there.
A simple matter.
We really haven't encountered many bandits. Maybe they strike the caravans, Nashkel to the south. I wonder where the border to Am starts. It's gotta be around here soon. These aren't really ogres. They look similar, though. They're not as big.
Cut you down to size.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
There's a scroll here on this halfling. My dearest Marianne, the road has been difficult, but I have arrived safely here in Am. I think it would be wisest if I return by sea. However, perhaps sometimes after the first snows have fallen. I trust this letter reaches you. The halfling I hired to carry it struck me as an honest enough chap. Always and forever, Ro. Alright, well that's good news, except bad news for the halfling delivered the letter. This seems to be a letter from Marianne's husband. We should give it to her as soon as possible. Agreed, but yeah, it's 4 hours north and 4 hours back south. I guess we could do it. Hello? This your house? Excuse me, it may sound rude, but this is my property. It looks abandoned indeed. Some would call it a ruin, I presume, but it's still my house. If you're a stalker who likes to watch men doing push-ups, you should work more on hiding. That's a ridiculous statement. You know, if we wanted to look, we would, and that's a rather strange idea anyway. Tch. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stalk you. No, I'm just a trespasser. Fine. I prefer solitude, but you're right. Obvious as it is, rarely do I meet someone of your age on my doormat. I suppose I should ask you about your reason and why you're here, right? I'm afraid I'm more interested in taking a cold bath to clean off the dust and sweat, but... I'm doing my best to investigate the matter of bandits and recent happenings. Something's in the air and I need to check it out. Fair enough. I'm not going to check if what you're saying is true or not. It's not my business. I doubt I can help you. I live here, on my own. It was my choice. I would rather talk to some pawns or work out or prepare the lavender brew than deal with the problems of Faerun. The lavender brew? Talk to pawns? Who are you? Who am I? I'm a devious egoist. Someone who would be more happy to stay in the wild than live among men and women in society. I'm left, but not like left by someone nor the opposite to right. My name is Left and I'm a witch. It's very nice to meet you, Left. As I said, rarely do I have any visitors. That's probably because there's no one who would visit me. I'm a witch, someone who deals with mysteries, dreams, and visions. I do not play games like hiding my real name. Consider it a fact, just as the truth that you're not a fish, but a very specific elf. Indeed, I'm not a fish. I am a bit surprised at the circumstances. Rarely do I meet people of your kind, a young male witch who works out shirtless in front of a derelict house, not to mention your peculiar name. I understand. I must admit that most people would have run away already. You're different. That makes you somehow interesting. You know what? I don't mind if you stay for a while. As I said, I need to take a bath. I'm tired of after my push-ups. I always do it on my own. Call it my personal ritual. I usually swim without clothing. I celebrate my solitude. You may stay here if you want. Perhaps we may talk again, if you visit me. But now, have a good one, Orin. I don't remember telling you my name. Really? Well, you look like Orin. You don't look like Bob or Christabel. Yes, you definitely look like Orin. He grins. I've read about the world, and haven't really experienced much, but I never thought the world would be so strange.
A simple matter.
It's interesting, and sometimes exciting, and there's a hobgoblin. But it's very weird. Full of strange people doing strange things. Is one hobgoblin all on its own? Looks like a cave here. Oh, more hobgoblins.
For the glory of Helm!
Here, there's a lot more this time.
For the glory of Helm!
What?
I think these might be Zhurlong's boots. Studded armor. I don't think anyone in the group could use that. Bastard sword. More arrows. Necklace.
You're a man of honor. I respect your integrity.
Oh, well, thank you.
Let's go see what's in
Fine.
this cave. It could be more hobgoblins. Oh. Scroll there. Scroll. And Imoen, you have the gem pouch. We'll take this back. Put this book in there. Make some more room while I pack. Let's go see what's in here. Any traps, Imoen? You said you're getting better. Oh, healing potions and a little bit of gold.
Fine.
That definitely helps.
Such menial tasks.
It's not like we're getting rich out here, but we are finding things. Maybe if we went into some kind of dungeon. Maybe even Durlag's tower. At some point. There's more hobgoblins. We'll get a lot of gold.
How long must we wait here? Things stir to the south as we sit.
As much as I admire your desire to travel your own path, I must insist that we go to Nashkel soon. We're on our way, hero. We'll get there. We're just taking a roundabout route. Look at all that is happening around us, milady. People feel nervous and insecure. Many are calling for war. In times like these, it is reassuring to have a god you can put your faith in. I am very thankful to have Helm as a solid, steady source of power I can rely on. I feel the same. However, my god is not Helm. What do you know about Helm, my lady? He is the god of duty and vigilance. That's true, milady. Helm is the eternal sentry, the ever-watchful, the protector never distracted from his duty. His symbol is the staring eye with a blue pupil on the upright war gauntlet. Helm is neither cold nor emotionless. He dedicates himself to his appointed task with stern discipline, but he is fond of children, milady. They are the only ones with whom he is tolerant if they offend his rules. Please continue, Enchantress. Helm's rules are, never betray those who trust you, be vigilant, be fair and diligent in the conduct of your orders, protect the weak, poor, injured, and young. Do not sacrifice them for others or for yourself. Always obey orders, providing that those orders follow the rules of Helm. Demonstrate excellence and loyalty in your role as guardian and protector. We Helmite clergy and followers are always vigilant and prepared for attack from our enemies. We never act on impulse or careful planning, as careful planning has proven to be better in the end. We defend the weak and young, and never betray our duty.
Duty to one's cause outweighs all.
During the time of troubles, the gods wandered as mortal avatars on Faerun, and Helm was the only deity that retained his godly powers. His role was to confine the other deities to Faerun, and he served in this task faultlessly. Nevertheless, the avatars caused much destruction, and people blamed Helm for it. Some say Helm let people down during the time of troubles, Ajantis. But he did not. During the time of troubles, Helm did nothing but his duty, milady. Sure, I admire Helm for his firmness. That is what he is indeed, my lady. Let us go on and fight the bandits in Helm's name. I suppose these hobgoblins are bandits, actually. I'm sure they're not out here just frolicking in the sun and the grassy fields. Evil creatures that they are. It was a strange man that left. I wonder if he has a brother named Wright. Actually, that kind of person strikes me as an only child. Most likely would be anyways. Back to the road.
I serve the flaming fist!
Oh, there's a bunch
A
of them.
simple matter.
You there. You're under arrest for banditry and highway robbery. We know you're part of that bandit group who's been terrorizing the coastway. Give yourselves up, or there will be trouble. You have obviously been standing in the sun for too long, soldier, as your head has clearly overheated. I suggest that you cease this foolishness and let us pass. We are expected by the mayor of Nashkel himself. The mayor of Nashkel himself, eh? Well, you've got the wrong guys. We're not part of any bandit gang. Really now? Why should we believe you? Look, sir, we really don't want any trouble. Like you, we're hunting down bandits in the region. So you're hunting the bandits. Well, who hired you to take on the bandits? Or if you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart? We're working... no one hired us. We're adventurers who are just trying to help out the people of the Sword Coast. Alright, maybe I was wrong about the bunch of you. You're free to go. It's not uncommon to be an adventurer. Or to at least hear about them. Though not everybody likes adventurers. Look at that. Those two men in the Feldpost Inn in Beregost. Well, I guess we should go north and bring her ring back. It is delaying us going to Nashkel, though. But it would assuage her worries, and I wouldn't want to subject someone to worrying about their loved one like that. For unnecessary time, we could be... Who knows how long we'll be... What is this? That is an undead creature. That's the first one I've ever seen. Jahira said it was a ghoul. Back to Beregost.
Fine.
Marion.
Fine.
My dearest Miriam, the road has been difficult, but I have arrived safely here now. I think it would be best if I returned by sea, however, perhaps sometime after the first snows have fallen. I trust this letter reaches you. The halfling I hired to carry it struck me as an honest enough chap. Always and forever, Ro. She gave me a ring.
We follow the righteous path. The path of Helm.
We need to rest, and then Nero will be able to identify
A
it.
simple matter.
But now we go south again towards Nashkel. Ooh. It's late. We should probably camp.
Such menial tasks.
We've been walking for a long time. Let's camp.